Welcome to Embodied and Beloved, Faith, Healing, and the God who meets us in the body. I'm Shannon, a manual osteopathic therapist, and every day I sit with women who are carrying more than pain in their bodies. Often there's stress, grief, exhaustion, and questions about healing that don't have easy answers. When I say embodied, I mean this, that our faith is not something we live out only in our thoughts or beliefs, but in our nervous system, our breath, our posture, and the stories that our bodies are holding. Our bodies are not separate from our spiritual lives. They are a place where so much of it unfolds. And this podcast is for women who are learning to listen to their bodies with compassion, who are discovering that healing is a process rather than a finish line, and who are coming to trust that God meets us not only in prayer or reflection, but right here within the lived experience of the body. You are embodied, you are beloved, and you are not alone. Hey friends, have you ever noticed how one calm, steady person can change the atmosphere of a room? Or how someone's presence alone makes things feel a little lighter, a little safer, and a little more manageable? Or maybe you've had the opposite experience and you walk into a room and immediately feel tense, guarded, on edge. Well, that is not imaginary. Our bodies respond to relationships. We are constantly picking up cues from the people around us. And that means safety is not only something we experience within ourselves. Sometimes it's something we experience with each other. Today, I want to talk about how relationships and community can play a deeper role in helping us to feel safe, grounded, and supported, because healing is often more connected than we realize. We live in a world that celebrates independence. Handle it yourself. Figure it out alone. Oh, don't need too much. Remember, be strong. But that message can quietly shape us in ways that keep us disconnected. Because the truth is, we were never designed to carry life entirely on our own. We are relational beings. From the very beginning, we are formed through connection. We learn through relationship, we grow through relationship, and we are impacted by relationship. And our nervous system knows this. It is constantly responding to the people around us, to a person's tone of voice, their facial expression, their presence, and to whether someone feels safe or unsafe. Sometimes healing doesn't begin with a new strategy. Sometimes it begins with being seen. It begins with someone beside you, helping your body remember you are not alone. When we think about healing, we often think of private things like journaling, prayer, therapy, rest, our habits, and all of those things can be deeply valuable. But healing is not only personal, it can also happen in relationship. Healthy community can help calm the stress response. It can give perspective when your thoughts are spiraling. It can remind you of truth when you have forgotten it. And it can carry practical weight when your capacity is low, and it can create belonging where isolation once lived. Sometimes just hearing someone say, "I understand, I am here, you don't have to do this alone," can change what your body feels in that moment. And I want to say something important here. Borrowed steadiness is still real steadiness. If someone else's calm helps you regulate, if someone else's faith helps hold you up, if someone else's strength helps carry you for a season, that still counts. That matters. Now, I also want to be honest because for many people, connection does not feel easy. Community sounds good in theory, but it is difficult in practice, and there are reasons for that. Maybe you experienced rejection. Maybe you have been misunderstood. Maybe you have been judged when you were already hurting. You trusted someone and were let down. You asked for help once while feeling vulnerable and it wasn't received well. If connection is hard for you, that doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It may mean your story taught you to be careful. And caution is understandable. The goal is not to shame yourself into opening up. The goal is not forced vulnerability. The goal is wise, safe connection. And sometimes that takes time. Not every relationship is healing. Not every group is healthy. And not every invitation deserves a yes. Safe connection often feels like this. It's consistent, kind, non shaming, respectful of boundaries, honest, present, not trying to control you, not demanding performance from you, and not using your weaknesses against you. Safe people don't always have the perfect words. Sometimes they simply stay. They listen. They make room. They let you be human. And this matters. Not everyone gets access to you just because they ask. Boundaries are not the opposite of community. Often they are what make healthy communities possible. And this truth runs deeply through our faith as well. We were never invited into an isolated life with God. We were invited into communion with Him and with one another. Scripture often speaks about a shared life, bearing one another's burdens, encouraging one another, praying for one another, gathering together, eating together, serving together. We are called the body, not separate pieces trying to survive alone. A body connected, interdependent, needed. Faith was never meant to be a solo project. And sometimes the care of God reaches us through the presence of another person, a meal, a prayer, a text message, a listening ear, a friend who shows up and sits with us in the suffering. That too can be holy. So, what might this look like this week? Well, first off, we're not looking to make dramatic changes, just one small step toward connection. Maybe you text one safe person. Maybe you stay a few extra minutes after church instead of leaving quickly. Maybe you join the group you've been hesitant to try. Maybe you tell the truth when someone asks how you are. Maybe you simply let yourself be supported. You don't need 100 people. You may just need one safe place to begin. Take a slow breath with me. Notice what comes up when you hear the word community. Warmth, longing, resistance, grief, hope. Whatever you notice, let it be honest. You do not need to force yourself into anything today. Just let this be an invitation, a reminder that support may be closer than you think, and that healing does not always happen alone. So, may you find people who help your nervous system exhale. May you experience the relief of not carrying everything by yourself. May you grow in wisdom to recognize what is safe and courage to move toward it. May you know that needing support is not weakness, but part of being human. May you be surrounded by kindness, steadiness, and grace. And may you discover in deeper ways that you are known, welcomed, and not alone. If something in this episode resonated with you, take a few moments to sit with it. You might even reach out to someone who came to mind while listening. And if you know someone who needs this reminder, feel free to share this episode with them too. And I'll meet you again in the next episode.